Welcome everyone to today's explainer. If you've ever glanced at the back of your cereal box or, I don't know, a protein bar, you know exactly how to read a nutrition label, right? You check out the calories, the vitamins, the ingredients, just to see what you're actually putting into your body. But have you ever stopped to wonder how farmers do the exact same thing for their crops? Well, today we're going to take a highly technical agricultural certificate of analysis and totally translate it. We're stripping away all that complex laboratory jargon and turning it into a simple, easy to understand nutrition label for plants. By the end of this explainer, you're going to see exactly how farmers evaluate the superfoods they use to grow the very food that ends up on our dinner tables. Okay, let's dive into this. What we're looking at here is this deep black substance that comes in three main physical forms: granules, powder, and flake. Visually, it's actually quite striking. It kind of looks like something you'd mined straight out of the earth, or maybe a really specialized type of dark, coarse coffee grounds. But hey, don't let its simple appearance fool you. While it can be manufactured into a fine powder or those rounded granules, the specific document we're analyzing today focuses entirely on that third category, the black flakes. So keep that image of those black flakes in your mind, because we're about to break down exactly what is hidden inside them. So right off the bat, the official name on the certificate is potassium humate. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like some harsh synthetic chemical you'd find locked away in an industrial laboratory. But honestly, it's officially classified simply as an organic fertilizer, and its primary application is just agriculture. That's it. It's really not some scary compound. It is literally just an officially classified, completely natural plant food used to feed crops. To really wrap our heads around this, we need to bridge the gap between the men in lab coats and the farmer out in the field. We are totally bypassing the complex organic chemistry today. Instead, we're going to look at these specs strictly through the lens of what it actually does for the soil and the plant. So instead of potassium humate, I just want you to think of it as a high-efficiency plant food. You absolutely do not need a PhD to understand how this works. Just think of it as a highly concentrated natural vitamin supplement designed specifically for agricultural fields. And this brilliantly illustrates how we can read this document exactly like the consumer info on the back of a box. Just like consumer packaging, this fertilizer has a specific batch number, 2025-0216, right alongside its manufacturing date. We can also see this product is guaranteed to be stable with a shelf life of exactly 2 years, and it's packed in nice, manageable 1 kilogram bags. You see, this isn't just random science data. This is practical, on-the-ground logistical information. It tells a farmer exactly when this plant food was made, how long they can securely store it out in the barn, and exactly how it's portioned out for daily use. But before we dive into the actual ingredients of our plant food, we should probably establish exactly where this data is coming from. This specific analysis comes from Hyundai Technology, and what's truly fascinating about this document is the sheer scale it represents. This certificate isn't just for some tiny little test tube in a lab. No way. This specific quality check covers a massive quantity of 50,000 kilograms. That is 50 metric tons of this organic fertilizer being certified in a single batch. To put that into perspective, it really shows you the massive scale of modern agricultural supply. Now, if you take away just one number today, let it be this one, greater than 80%. This right here represents the organic matter content. And let me tell you, in the world of fertilizers, this is a spectacular metric. It means that over 4/5 of those black flakes we looked at earlier are composed of pure, natural, organic material. Let's break down exactly what that greater than 80% metric means in plain, everyday language. Imagine you're buying a nutritional protein shake for yourself. You wouldn't want it to be 90% water and artificial fillers, right? Of course not. You want dense nutrients. Well, it's the exact same principle for crops. Because this product guarantees such a remarkably high percentage of organic matter, farmers know for sure that they are not paying for useless synthetic fillers or just empty weight. They're getting a highly concentrated, organic certified active ingredient. It is literally a dense, natural fuel package for their fields. The certificate actually breaks that dense organic matter down into 3 core active ingredients: humic acid at 55% or more, fulvic acid at 50% or more, and potassium oxide at 12% or more. Now, these 3 components, they are the minimum guaranteed powerhouses that really drive the fertilizer's overall effectiveness. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we can demystify these specific terms. I know names like humic acid and fulvic acid can sound super intimidating, like something that requires heavy rubber gloves and a face shield. But remember our plain language rule. These are not burning, dangerous acids. They are simply the scientific names for the complex organic compounds found naturally in rich, fertile soil. This certificate proves that these flakes are just incredibly concentrated versions of the good stuff that already exists out in nature. The potassium oxide provides the essential mineral K that plants desperately need, while the humic and fulvic components, well, they act as the organic delivery drivers that actually help the plant absorb it out. Another absolutely crucial, yet totally invisible property here is the pH level. The document specifies a pH range between 9 and 10. So, in everyday terms, the pH scale goes from 0 to 14. 7 is perfectly neutral, like a glass of pure water. Anything below 7 is acidic, and anything above 7 is alkaline. So, a pH of 9 to 10 means these black flakes are quite alkaline. Why does that matter? Well, it's crucial for farming because a lot of farmlands actually become overly acidic over time, just from weather and older farming practices. So adding a naturally alkaline plant food helps balance out the soil's chemistry, creating a much, much happier environment for crop roots to thrive. So the crucial point here, the real key to getting this organic powerhouse into the ground lies in one simple specification: completely water-soluble. In layman's terms, this is absolute magic for a farmer. It means that when you mix these black flakes into a giant tank of water, they dissolve entirely. There's no weird sludge left at the bottom, there are no clumps to block up the incredibly delicate nozzles of modern irrigation sprayers. Every single gram of that 1 kilogram bag goes directly into the solution. That means zero wasted product and absolute perfect efficiency for modern agricultural systems. And that creates a highly efficient product journey from start to finish. It starts off as dry, easy to ship, easy to store black flakes with a solid 2-year shelf life. Next, it gets mixed with water right there on the farm, utilizing that completely water-soluble property we just talked about. And finally, it transforms instantly into a completely dissolved liquid plant nutrition, packed with over 80% organic matter and those essential humic and fulvic delivery drivers. It's like a giant puzzle coming together. This perfectly illustrates the form versus function of the product. The form is a simple flake, but the function? A highly advanced, instantly accessible plant superfood. Finally, we have the official stamp and authorized signature. This confirms the absolute bottom line. This entire 50,000 kilogram batch perfectly conforms to all their strict in-house requirements. It's basically the manufacturer's rock-solid guarantee that the high-quality, fully soluble organic black flakes we've been discussing today are exactly what's inside the bag, completely ready to be deployed on the farm. And there you have it. We've successfully decoded the nutrition label of potassium humate. We started with what looked like an intimidating industrial document and discovered that, hey, it's really just a guarantee of highly concentrated, completely water-soluble natural plant food. And honestly, it leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to ponder. Could simple, highly concentrated, fully soluble inputs like these black flakes actually be the key to more efficient, sustainable agriculture on a global scale? I mean, when you realize just how much organic power is packed into such a simple form, it definitely changes how you think about the entire science of farming. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep questioning what's on the label, whether it's the food for you or the food for your plants.